Hello, welcome to another episode of Being Timmy, and welcome to my kitchen. Before we get started, I wanted to say thank you for watching the other cooking videos, and thanks for your feedback. Thank you so much for noticing that I didn't have a measuring spoon, and now I do, so I thank you very much for sending those to me, bringing them over. And also thank you very much to Chris and Gwen for bringing me over a measuring cup. Fantastic. This is going to make my journey down the road to cooking a lot more easier because of you. Today we are going to make a recipe from Glenn, who comes from Newfoundland, and we are making something called blueberry doughboys. I don't exactly know what blueberry doughboys are, but I'm sure they're going to taste fantastic. Okay, we are almost ready to go. This is a dessert recipe. So last two times, well, we cooked a entree. Well, didn't really work out, but maybe I'll be better cooking dessert. So the first thing with the blueberry doughboys is that you have to make a sauce made out of blueberries. So what we need for that is 1 cup of granulated sugar, a half a cup of water, and 1 quart of blueberries. 1 quart of blueberries. And anyone on the set know what a quart is? That would be my dog. Do you know what a quart is? I've got a measuring cup. Maybe it'll say quart on there. I have no idea what a quart is. I'm sorry. Camera person, are you able to tell me what a quart is? I don't know what a quart is. I'm just going to put it in here. And, well, it's got to be a sauce, so I'm just going to assume that this is a quart. I have no idea. Moving on, we need a half a cup of water. I know what a half a cup is, and why? Because I have a brand new measuring cup. And so, it doesn't actually say half a cup, but I guess that'll be half up to the part where it says cup. Half a cup. Pour that in. 1 quart of blueberries. Okay, 1 cup of granulated sugar. I wasn't exactly sure what granulated sugar meant, but I like to use brown sugar. Okay. Blueberry doughboys. Sounds like a funny name. Like, you want to come into my kitchen and make some blueberry doughboys? I like that. Ellen says that if you add a wink onto anything you're saying, it totally changes its meaning altogether. Like, for example, I had a muffin for breakfast this morning. Something like that changes its meaning because it goes from I had a muffin for breakfast this morning to I had a muffin for breakfast this morning. Something like that. Anyway, she said when I watched her, I always watch the show and it's very, very funny. It was funny at the time. Obviously, I don't have the show. I'm not funny. I'm assuming I just turned that on. I'm sorry, I didn't even read the instructions. Make a syrup of the sugar and water by boiling for 5 minutes. So I have to make a syrup of the sugar and water by boiling it for 5 minutes. And I'm sorry, I put in the blueberries already. So after it's been boiled for 5 minutes, you put the blueberries in, but you know what, I like to just mix it up in my kitchen, so I put in the blueberries all together, because I figure they're just going to get put in anyway. So just going to mix it up. I'm going to put it on, put the light on, and get this going on. And as you can see, they're slightly frozen, but that's all right. We can accommodate in my kitchen. Okay, so keep that going. All right, so while we're waiting for the blueberry sauce to boil, we're going to go on to making the doughboys. So with the doughboys, we need flour, baking powder, salt, sugar, and butter and milk. Fantastic. So sift the dry ingredients together and then cut into the butter. So this is dry, and this is dry, and it says to sift it. Sift. I don't know what they mean by sift. A sift. Is it a sifter? I'm sorry if it's supposed to be sifted. I'm so sorry, Newfoundland, but I don't have a sifter. So 2 cups. Oh, I got that. Oh, I didn't clean it. It's still got the sugar in it. I'm sure it'll be fine. It gets eventually eaten all together. So 2 cups. A sifter. That's another thing I need, sifter. This is probably like sifting it. Yeah? It's like sifting it. I think it just gets the lumps out. Does it look like I'm sifting it? Oh no. Sifting. It takes a lot, and then just sifting. 3 teaspoons of baking powder. Go 1, 2, that is total 3. I'm just gonna stir this up here. Probably, should I turn it down or do I keep boiling it? I don't know. Oops. It smells good. Okay, and the other dry ingredient is the sugar, and it says to put in a tablespoon. And I got a tablespoon. Thank you, Chris and Gwen. Ooh, that's a lot. Will be nice and sweet. Enough. Stir it all together. This, see? Looks all nice and sifted. Sift it a little more. Okay, sift it. Right now, when they cut into the butter, it says. I'm not really sure what that means, but eventually I have to cut into a tablespoon of butter. So get the TBS out. This is new butter. It's from the fridge. It might be a little bit hard. Okay, so okay. There. I'm sure that was about a tablespoon. And I went to the corner store. They did not have milk. They only had half and half. So I felt it didn't really matter since we're making Doughboys. It's not like we're making a salad. So half a cup of milk. I can't even read anymore what this is. Ooh. Okay. Half a cup of milk. Okay. Add enough milk to make into a soft dough. This is not looking doughy. I think I need more milk. I feel like I need 3 hands. This is not working out well. I'm feeling a little bit. This thing's boiling behind me. It's really hot in here. This is quite a workout. So, you know what? I think that's been boiling enough. I think we just have to add the Doughboys into there. Drop from a blue tablespoon into the boiling blueberry mixture. Okay. Add the tablespoon here. If they're, you know, they should have had a picture because I don't know what these are supposed to look like. Let's just bring this over here. And it said to just drop it from a, I don't know why it says drop it from a tablespoon. There's one. Oh, smelling good. Okay, drop it from another tablespoon. I don't know how many of these should we make today? Ooh, I'm getting good at it. Okay, so we've pretty much almost got all the blueberry doughboys. Well, I guess they're doughboys into the blueberry sauce is what this should be. And that's not going to turn into dough of any kind. And it says cover it and cook or boil it rapidly for 15 minutes. Alright, well we're just waiting for the blueberry doughboys to me and the dog. This is my dog Jackson. And he loves popcorn. Hey Jackson, want to do a trick? Okay, you sit. We're already sitting. Yeah. Sit down, down, roll over, roll over, roll over, down. Okay, roll over. Yeah, there. He tried his best. Okay, are we ready to go check if the doughboys are ready? Okay. We're just going to check in here on the doughboys. Ooh, they have expanded like no one's business. Wow, they kind of look like meatballs, except that they're not meat in any sort of way, and they're desserts. I guess we're gonna have to stir them a bit. I'm telling you, the smell in here, people, is awesome. It smells like blueberry pancakes, which I guess is sort of what they're like because they're made of dough. And I'm just stirring them around. It looks like some of the dough has fallen apart a little bit, or they have not cooked all the way through. I'm not really sure. And I gotta tell you, one of the ingredients was a half a teaspoon of salt, and I forgot to put the salt in, and I hope it doesn't make that much of a difference. Off here, we're gonna serve this. Can't wait, Newfoundland recipe. Okay, that's one dough. I guess we'll just put a couple. It looks like some of them maybe didn't cook all the way through. There's a little bit of... Maybe that didn't, I don't know. Maybe I didn't, kind of didn't, I don't know. Looks like it'll still be good. Alright. Serve hot with whipped cream. Okay, I went to the corner store and I've got the whipped cream, so I'll just open it. Looks good. This is not very, like, whip. It should be, you know, like whipping cream like that. This is whipping cream. I guess that's good. So I'm going to taste it. It's kind of hot. Okay, everyone. This, according to Being Timmy, is blueberry doughboys from Newfoundland. We're making it here for you and testing it here for you in British Columbia. Okay. You know what? They taste pretty good. I don't know if it's cooked all the way through. Let's cook them a little bit longer. I think they might be a little bit uncooked in the middle. But I can tell you the blueberries sauce has infused into at least the top layer, and it tastes fantastic. And what doesn't taste good with whipped cream on it? It's fantastic. Jackson! Want a blueberry doughboy? Does the doughboy want a blueberry doughboy? He looks like he's giving 2 paws up of approval. Okay, everyone, thank you for joining me in cooking blueberry doughboys. I'm sorry I left out the salt, but it tasted really good to me, and I don't know if this is how it's supposed to look. Send me your comments and/or more recipes to beingtimmy@gmail.com. Until next time, thank you very much, and I look forward to seeing you again.